AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX is now 20% below MSRP. Low-cost AMD's Phoenix2 CPU has been pictured. Unreleased GeForce RTX 3090 Super in all-black design has been pictured. And lastly, the release date for the i9 14900K, 14700K, and 14600K is here.
This is Tech Track.
Alright, so firstly we have in the Mind Factory, the retailer here in Germany, we have a price cut for the Radeon RX 7900 XTX Phantom Gaming, and as you can see it's coming at 949 euros, basically 20% MSRP cut, basically, well, not MSRP, the cut is the 20%, which is massive, honestly, because this card is going really well, and if you compare it with other pricing like some of the high-end RTX 4070 Ti's, you can literally get this one even cheaper than that. Like, I'm pretty sure there are some RTX 4070 Ti's that goes over 1,000 euros, and this one coming at 949 surprises me that it's going real down. And by the way, it competes with the RTX 4080 Ti and in some cases 4090, so obviously it's a pretty damn deal here. 949 euros for an RX 7900 XTX. Well, we've been seeing ASRock Phantom Gaming, this variant, going down in pricing regularly, so that is kind of expected why we're seeing such drop in pricing, because it has been a trend for this GPU in particular, this brand in particular. So now we are seeing the 7900 XTX getting the price cut at 949. Makes it an even better deal, so I would pick it up if I can. But it's in Germany, so if you're in Germany, it's pretty a good deal. Next up, we have an interesting information leaked by HXL, and as you can see, it's an AMD Phoenix2, basically sourcing QQ. I don't know what the source is, but as you can see, this is the AMD Phoenix2 die shot has been leaked by this user here, or QQ user here, or who knows what that is. But anyway, look at that. This is basically the AMD Phoenix low-cost Phoenix APU for the, or not the APU, the CPU, which AMD is prepping up to release, which not yet, we don't know the release date yet, but we do have the die shot here, and it's an interesting looking CPU. Remember, this is a Zen 4C big dot little design CPU here. So basically, this is the die shot for that CPU. So interesting that the CPU die already got leaked. So maybe some leakers already have it in their hands and now they've posted it. So that's really interesting to see that. And as you can see, this is the more detailed picture denoting which one is which. So as you can see, this is the Zen 4 core plus L2 right over here. As you can see, that's the L2, the integer, and FP. And that's what I'm talking about, the Zen 4C, which is coming with the L2, and that's the FP integer L2. So as I mentioned, the Zen 4C, this will be literally the same as the Intel-based CPUs, well, where they go for the big dot little design. AMD is also taking the same approach for these CPUs here, where it is going for the Zen 4C big dot little design here, which is interesting. Zen 4C being the efficiency core in this case. And it also mentions here is that the Zen 4C, basically the efficiency core, will be 35% less core plus L2 area. So the area is smaller, which is expected because it's a big dot little design, and usually the little cores are usually smaller, and it will be less core, 35%. So I'm not sure what that means, 35% less core. Little cores should be lower in this case, that would mean, and also the area is smaller. So yeah, that is it. So HarrowCase5719 asked this question, basically 2 + 4/12 threads, which would imply, I'm guessing, 2, I'm not sure, is it 2 performance core and 4 efficiency core, or 2 efficiency? Usually it's like 2 performance and plus 4 efficiency core. That would be the case, but could be completely either way around. I'm not sure, but it also says 12 threads, so that would mean it's 4 performance cores, because 4 times 2 would be 8, and then 2 times 4. I'm not sure what, either way, it doesn't really make sense to me what that means, but HXL did reply with that yes. So again, if somebody knows what that means, do comment below. I would like to know what that means, but I'm not understanding from this. Like, is it like 4 cores, which is the efficiency one? Because that wouldn't make any sense. Rather, it should be 4 performance cores, and then doubling it would be 8 threads, right? And then also 2 efficiency cores shouldn't have 4 threads, should have 2 threads, but maybe for AMD it will be like 4 threads, so 4 times 2 plus 2 times 2 would be 12 threads, right? So that would be the case. I'm not sure. Do correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, that would be that's the confirmation coming from HXL, which would be the case. So yeah, interesting looking AMD Phoenix 2 CPU here. So it's gonna be very much interesting to see how this big little design unveils at the end of the day. So we have to wait and see for that. Next up, we have another leak here from Kitty Yuko, and it's not really interesting. It's just a very long time ago there was a leak of RTX 3090 Super, but never really, got released anyway. So yeah, this got leaked here. As you can see, this is the RTX 3090 Super, as it says right over here, and it really looks exactly like the RTX 3090, just the naming is different. And I'm guessing that's the only cooler, not the GPU itself. That wouldn't be the case, because otherwise there should be something coming from the RTX 3090 Super, but that isn't the case, it seems like. And only the cooler is available here, and it seems like they were planning to release this GPU, but they never did. Whatever reason that could have been, we have no idea. Maybe thermal issues, or maybe like the die was not stable, whatever, we're not sure. But yeah, the RTX 3090 Super was in their plans, and they never really got onto it. So unfortunate, but either way, it's been a long time, and now we already have 4090. Or maybe RTX 3090 Super became something else, but that would be highly unlikely. Either way, that is it. And lastly, from video cards, they have got the embargo for the Intel Raptor Lake Refresh, and according to them, as you can see, the ad embargo is basically October 16, 2023 at 6 AM PST, and the sales and reviews will go down at October 17, the next day, of course, 2023, 6 AM PST. So in that day, we're basically getting 3 SKUs: the i9 4900K, the i7 4700K, and the i5 4600K, the top of the line from each series of processors. So for the recap here, the Intel Core i9 4900K will get 24 cores, 32 threads. i7 4700K will get 20 cores, 28 threads, a core increase here. And of course, i5 4600K will have 14 core, 20 threads. So as you can see, the performance score is 886, and E-core is getting 16, 12. As you can see, it went up from 8 to 12, so a bonus here for the i7 4700K, and the i5 4600K remains 8 E-cores. All the SKUs here is rated at 125 watts, so as expected, these are the higher end SKUs for each series of processors, so that's really expected. And the base frequency, we're looking at 3.2, 3.4, and 3.5 respectively, alongside a 6 GHz boost frequency, which is the Intel thermal velocity boost frequency for the i9 4900K, so that's really nice. As for the peak or max turbo, we're looking at 5.7 for the i9 4900K, 5.5 for the i7 model, and 5.3 for the i5 model. And the Intel Smart Cache, we are also getting pretty decent Smart Cache here, 36 megabytes, 33, and 24. So these are the lineups for these three, and that will be launched at, as you can see, October 16, and October 17 will be the review. So we have to wait for that.